The Launch Club can confirm that two Nigerian brothers are due to be sentenced in all the way in Michigan. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. This is the Launch Club where we report on the daily experiences of immigrants, and we also share the updates on legal migration pathway. Before we proceed, I want you to watch this video. Apologies for the quality of the video. This is a live video. Just watch.
It is sentencing day for two Nigerian brothers charged in a sextortion case that led to a Marquette teenager taking his own life. Now, both men will spend more than 17 years in prison for their roles in the online scheme. Thanks for joining us. I'm Damon Fernandez in for Devin. Led to a Marquette teenager taking his own life. Now, both men will spend more than 17 years in prison for their roles in the online scheme. Thanks for joining us. I'm Damon Fernandez in for Devin Skilly.
I'm Kimberly Gill. 17-year-old Jordan DeMay sent sexually explicit images on Instagram to who he thought was a girl. When he couldn't pay $1,000 the crooks were asking for to keep the photos a secret, he committed suicide. I spoke with his mother today after the hearing. Tell me what your reaction is to the sentencing today.
Today was really a landmark day, and that someone is being held accountable for what happened to Jordan. No matter what sentence the judge would have given to these brothers, it doesn't change my life and that Jordan is not coming back. But they do have their time to serve for what they did to Jordan.
Samson and Samuel Ogoshi both pleaded guilty back in April to charges of conspiracy to sexually exploit minors. Today, the men were sentenced to 17 and a half years in prison. It's the first time criminals from Nigeria have been trapped, charged, and extradited to the U.S. to face charges. Jordan DeMay's father spoke to the media shortly after the hearing.
This is the message that the United States is not going to let this happen. The message is for the bad actors on the other side of the world who think they're going to hide behind the waters of our oceans is over. And we are going to do everything we can do to hold you accountable if you're going to participate in these things.
Both parents say the time is now to take action to protect our kids and our communities.
I think parents need to educate themselves about how social media works and really let it sink in that this is a scam that nobody is safe from. They need to have open conversations with their children that if anyone asks them for photos or money, that's a situation where they may need to go to adult and seek help. And also that these kids are the victims in this if they are targeted. They should not be ashamed to come forward and say, this is what I have going on. Can you please help me?
Now, Jordan's case is still ongoing. There's one more person in Nigeria waiting to be extradited to the U.S. to face charges. And there are also 5 people here stateside in the United States who are involved. 4 in Georgia, 1 in Alabama. Their court hearings are coming up later this year. And you may remember, I sat down with Jordan's parents for an extended interview a year ago. You can watch it again tonight, streaming on Local 4 Plus and click on Detroit.com. It's called A Closer Look, the Jordan DeMay story. It airs tonight at 8. You can get the Local 4 Plus app in the same place you find Netflix and Hulu.
Don't start a business.
So as you heard from that video, these two Nigerian brothers, they sent messages to this guy on Instagram, and this issue is becoming very, very prevalent in our society. In my line of work, what is known as sextortion is becoming very, very common. If you're watching me now, you're a parent, you have children, please kindly share this video with your children, because a lot of children on Instagram, they are being befriended by criminal gang who befriend these young people. They think they are talking to these young people. They have pictures of children who are only pretending to be children, whereas they are not children. So in the case of this young man who ended up killing himself, he thought he was talking to people in America. What he didn't realize is that he was talking to organized criminals 4,000 miles away from the USA. He sent the boy befriended them. He thought he was in a relationship with a girl. He started sending pictures of himself, inappropriate pictures, which a lot of people do. He sent these pictures of himself, private parts, to these guys. What he didn't know was that these pictures was going to criminal gang. And this criminal gang, they were taking advantage of this young boy. So let me know what your views are about what we are talking about right now. Do you know anyone who has sent pictures? Do you have children? Who are they talking to? Do you know everything that they are doing online? It is very, very important that as adults, if you have children, you educate them about sextortion. Sextortion is one of the biggest crimes that police in the Western world they are dealing with. These guys who they'll befriend these young people, they'll tell them to send pictures of themselves. Once they send pictures of themselves, or they make them to do things that they know that these people will be ashamed of, and they'll start demanding money. When these people fail to pay money, you end up, this has happened in the UK several times, where the young person ends up killing themselves because they are ashamed that they will be exposed. They are ashamed that the pictures that they sent to these people, where they thought that they were sending the picture to a girl or a boy that they are in relationship with, not knowing that these pictures have gone to criminal gang. So what are the lessons? These two brothers, they were extradited from Nigeria to the United States. They have now been sentenced to 17 years in prison, and they will spend, in America, it's not like the UK where you spend, if they give you 17 years, you spend 10 years, you're out. In the US, you spend 17 years. And depending on the parole, you may even end up spending more if you haven't showed any remorse about your actions. So I hope that other people will learn a lesson. As you heard from the news, there are one person in Nigeria who is awaiting extradition, and there are 4 people in the United States who are part of the criminal network that are exploiting people. This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. Some of these people just want to get rich quick. Get rich by any means necessary is destroying our people. Everybody wants to be rich, even if it means getting the money through fraudulent way. We don't care. This is wrong. So anyone who is a parent, who have children, you need to sit your children down and educate them about sextortion. Sextortion is the new ways that criminals are exploiting money from young people, and if they don't have money, they will push them to the point that these people will kill themselves. It has happened several times. They end up doing things that they are not supposed to do because these criminals, these children are afraid of being blackmailed by criminals. So if you know any parent who lives in the Western world, please, I am pleading with you, kindly share this video with them, because they will learn a lesson from what happened to these guys, to make sure that they themselves, their children, they do not fall victim. As a parent, you have to keep an eye on what your children are doing on Instagram or other sites, because that is where criminals are now operating. So hopefully this 17-year sentence that these two brothers got, it will deter other would-be criminals who want to take that pathway of get rich by any means necessary. Hopefully, by the time they hear that these two brothers, they have been sentenced to 17 years in prison, they will have a second thought. If you're watching me in Nigeria, there is no hiding place. These two brothers, they were extradited from Nigeria to the United States. So hopefully, it is a lesson we will learn. Hopefully, lesson will be learned. So that is a fact. You can, regardless of what you say, for me, I am a proud Nigerian, but I will not condone any criminalities. If anybody is corrupt or anybody is involved in any criminality, I will call it out. I'm not here for you to like me. Whether you like it or not, I am telling to go and the people that are destroying Nigeria's name, focus on them, not me. I am only reporting what is happening. So whilst that is happening, a few days ago, we have a situation where the London Metropolitan Police officers had to attend a church service in London advising Nigerian women to stop calling the police for their husband unnecessarily. If there is any risk to life, any domestic violence, please let me be crystal clear. You must call the police if you feel that your life is being threatened. But what this police officer was saying in this video, which I'm going to show you now, is that a lot of women from Nigerian communities, when they bring their husband, bring them here, every little thing, they are calling the police unnecessarily. I want you to listen to this video and tell me whether you agree with what this man is saying or disagree. Put your comment in the comment section. Do you think that the man has a point? Let us know. This man is a Yoruba man, is a police officer in London. He was addressing a congregation. Part of the things that he said was in Yoruba. Now watch the video.
Nobody wants to know where is charged. But today, what are we saying? Is the opposite. Is the opposite. I think we need to change our orientation. Those of you that feel like, oh, your husband is not important, go back to the roots. See that man, even though he's not doing anything, be at home. Sometimes you might want to talk to your child, but your child might not want to listen to you. You might want to listen to his dad. I want to listen to his dad. If the dad say, stop it, that child might stop it. But maybe as a mother, you're there on your own, you say, stop it, we just say, what did you say? But when the daddy say, stop, he will stop. Even though the man is not doing it, let's try as much as possible to manage it. I know there's nothing like manage, but sometimes it's the way we build our home, because our women feel like the man is nobody because of the way the society we find ourselves. Some of us back home, don't pay the benefit.
No.
You
must eat here.
But I did be done. Ìjọba fún wa lówó, ó fún wa gbogbo ẹ̀. Àgbàdo gbogbo ẹ̀. Benefit. And iṣẹ́, wọ́n ní ká ṣiṣẹ́ kò tọ́la o. Bó bá gbé ọba fẹ́ kí ọ̀ṣiṣẹ́ títí tí ilẹ̀ máa fi mọ́. Tọ́lọ́run bá pè mọ́ èèyàn, pé èèyàn máa ń jóríire. Ìbùkún Ọlọ́run ló mọ yín là. Ẹlẹ́wọ̀n kan ní ìláyé yìí, àwa síbi nítòótọ́ afẹ́ ẹ̀bà tó wà lẹ́. Ìkùpà kan bí tó jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn mí ìṣiṣẹ́ kó pọ̀. Sisters, brothers, they phone you. You go back home and see some of them, they're looking better than me and you. But when they call you, ring, you will think that if you don't send to them, they will die next minute. Think about your home here. This is your home. This is where you live. The society we are living, if we allow it to be corrupted with the attitudes of the children of the youth of today, it becomes problem. It's not just for the police. It's for everybody. All those children that they're being killed, you get to, you say, maybe if your child is not at home, you'll be thinking, oh, where is this child? Where is my daughter?
So as you can hear now, as you can hear from that officer, he is saying that a lot of Nigerian women are calling the police on their husband unnecessary. One of the reasons, according to him, is benefit, that some women believe that they are better off not having their husband in the house. After all, they are going to claim more money from the government through benefit. Put your comment in the comment section. Do you agree with what he's saying? Do you see any point in what the gentleman is saying? Let us listen to what he's saying again. I will explain to you, those that don't understand Yoruba, whatever he said that you may not have heard. Let us watch.
Enter the house before you can have peace of mind. Before you can have peace of mind. We just try to help. The situation, we have to work together. As my cousin said, we have to work together. He said, clap hands together, make it work. But we just say...
So you heard from the police officer there. Do you think that he has a point? The summary of what the gentleman is saying is that a lot of women from our community, they are calling police unnecessarily to ask their husband to move out of the house. And what he was saying in that video is that regardless of how you may feel as a woman about your husband, for children, especially boys, having their father in the house is better for them because children, especially boys, are likely to respond positively to their father than their mom. Do you agree what he's saying? And you see, Chika Emmanuel, I do not want to resort to tribal sentiment, which a lot of Nigerians, the parochial, the close-mindedness that a lot of Nigeria have found themselves. Some people are saying that this is very common among the Yoruba women. I don't want to go into tribe because I think that is narrow. I would rather address our community as Nigerians. Some people have seen that when I post video, when the person that has committed the crime is Igbo, so people will come up and say it's Biafra and all this nonsense that is going on in Nigeria, this tribal bigotry that is going on. I think that we can rise above that. Okay, I don't want to go into it is Yoruba. All these are nonsense. We have a problem. Let us find solution together. Do you think that a lot of women in London are calling the police unnecessarily to ask their husband to leave the house? Do you think so? I want to know what your views are. Have you had first-hand experience? One thing I believe is that if there is any domestic violence, if the man poses a risk to the woman or the children and the man crosses the line by being physical, the woman has a right to call the police. But what the man is saying is that women are using the police in London they are abusing the system by calling the police unnecessarily for their husband. Do you think I can see a woman saying, Rebecca said, yes, I agree with the police. It's extremely common with Nigerian women for the following reason. Well, that is your personal opinion. I'm sure you have first-hand experience, but I wouldn't want to say it's all Nigerian women. I think that there are women from different communities in the UK that call the police unnecessarily. So I think we can learn one or two lessons from what the police officer is saying. He is saying that the outcomes are better for children when you have both parents living at home. The popular Rihanna was quoted a few days ago as saying that regardless of what happened in a marriage, she and her husband, they will stay together and raise their children together. Some women believe in that. Some women believe that they don't need a man in their life. I'm not here to judge. All I'm saying is that, do you agree with the police officer? What are the lessons that we can learn? Leave your comment in the comment section. I want to know what your views are. If you know anyone that will benefit from today's message, please kindly share this video with them. You can show appreciation to the Launch Club by giving this video a like. Don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section. Sextortion is very common where young people are sending their pictures to people they meet online only for them to be exploited. We all have a role to play to stop the exploitation of women and protect our children. God bless. I'll see you guys soon.